To the Mobile Live webinar here. My name is Jack Brown. We're going to go through some Mobile Live information. Mobile Live, we can save money. Time is money. We can save some time, send new jobs to the tech out in the field in seconds. Users can load additional services from the field so the technician can select their own services. You can skip, reschedule, or undo a service right on the spot. You can add, edit, produce new customers immediately. You can optimize the drive, post-production in moments. We can also automatically post the production straight from the tablet, so the information will go right back into Service Assistant and then get uploaded the next time a sync runs for CAW or the automated marketing emails. You get upsells to the customer immediately, and Mobile Live assists in the user's production entry. What Mobile Live can do for you. So life without Mobile Live, you're posting production by hand. You have to decipher handwritten estimates that need to be entered into Service Assistant. You're not quite sure where your trucks are. The routing via printed worksheets or work cards can be a little confusing. Challenge of reading employees' handwriting, as I said, with the estimates. Upsells based on conditions are done later via letter after the service has been completed. The accountability or proof of service are difficult to prove, and there's a lack of standardization. With Mobile Live, we can quickly enter and post production. You can track your production and your trucks daily, or in real-time live. Upsells based on estimates for targeted services can be entered with one click. You can print legible service records for the customer right there on the spot. Track the truck information, idle times, complete estimates on the go and produce them while you're out in the field. You can enter work orders and proposals in the field. We have advanced search features for services and customers. Full GPS integration gets the trucks to the destination quickly. Automatic weather lookup. Time clock, so the technician can clock in at the beginning of the day, clock out at the end of the day. We can do door-to-door sales or block leading. You can add or cancel services while the truck is en route. You can handle call logs via the tablet, link pictures, review and link documents right from the device. The large assortment of printable forms, and optionally, you can take payments and auto post completed work out in the field. What do you need for Mobile Live? Well, you need Service Assistant running the newest update, an Android tablet or phone with a 4G data plan. We recommend minimum of ½ GB of data per device per month, and a Mobile Live subscription. For optimal speed, either hosted customers or we suggest a web service setup. The web service setup includes needing a static IP address from your internet service provider and port forwarding from the internet service provider to the server. To print in the field, we have three different options. Print with an HP 200 printer, a Brother PocketJet 7, or a Brother 4030 receipt printer. The HP 200 forms are color forms and we have both letter and legal. They're available from Real Green Printing. The PocketJet 7 and Brother 4030 both use thermal paper, and you can also get that from Real Green Printing, and those can be watermarked. So you can have your logo kind of in the background of both a receipt or an invoice. So with Mobile Live, you upload the production immediately. You can post all the work right from the production journal in moments, and you don't have to spend time hand entering each and every invoice. Just check them over and post. Navigation for Mobile Live is done one of two different ways. The free version is Google Maps, which I think most people probably use on their phones now, and it is a very good setup. We can also use CoPilot, which is an $8.99 or $8.95, I think, charge per month. And with that, you can re-optimize the route out in the field, as well as put in restrictions. So if there are roads that you can't drive on, you can have the technicians avoid those roads, or toll roads and that sort of thing. You can compose and resolve call logs out in the field. So you have access to the full call log that you would have in Service Assistant out in the field. Anything with a due time and an alert set will give the technician a pop-up on the route listing screen, so they'll automatically see it. They have a call due. Calls can, you'll have your full call log, existing calls. You can add new entries, complete the calls, or transfer them to somebody else. Right at the beginning of Mobile Live, when you first log in, we have a login message, which can be edited at any time. And the next time the technician logs in, they will see the new message. This is great for office announcements, driver alerts, meeting appointments, reminders, and more. You can change it daily, weekly, or set it and forget about it. Your drivers will see this once per day. Live truck tracking with Mobile Live means you can track your techs out in the field and see where they are and where they've been for the day. It does update constantly, so you can see where they are. And as I said, you can see where they've been, you can see their completed stops, as well as the production dollars they've completed so far that day. The route listing screen is the main hub for Mobile Live. Everything starts from here. You have estimates, production, work orders, customer search are all accessible from here. Everything is color-coded the same way it would be in Service Assistant. And you can view the route listing in two different ways, either by technician and date, which the work would be printed and assigned to the technician, or by route and date, which is a great way to list the work by appointments or schedule or sequence numbers. It's ideal for appointments and time window jobs. Production status on the route listing, the color coding. We have red for ASAP, blue for a call ahead, orange if there's an associated service, purple for a promise time, and it will show the promised time, a green for a new sale, and updated since this, there's also white for service calls. As I said before, these are the same color codings used in Service Assistant. Time clock, your technicians can clock in and out for the entire day. You can also set it so they have to clock out for a specific amount of time for lunch. They clock in at the beginning of the day, clock out at the end of the day. This is just for your time clock, not anything to do with the jobs themselves. Customer search operates much the same way it does from Service Assistant, although we can also use the GPS and look for the closest customers, starting with where the technician is standing at that moment. Alternately, you can fill out a combination of information, and as with most search functions, less is more. So the less information you enter, the more you're going to get. If you enter something specific, you're going to really narrow down your search to get exactly what you're looking for. Service search allows us to locate and pull available work to Mobile Live. So if your technician has extra product on their truck, they get done early, they can pull in new work into their route right from the field, and they don't have to call the office to have more work assigned to them. Modify route is a relatively new function. We can reorder the stops right out in the field. You can either drag and drop the stops, or you can reschedule the stops for another date and time, and even send it to another technician if needed. Call aheads and pre-service email. We can display the need for a call ahead, as well as provide a shortcut for the phone or tablet to send an email, or if you're using a phone, you can make the call right from the screen. Production entry is broken down into 4 sections. There's products, condition codes, weather, and feedback. The product screen, you enter in the amount of product used, as well as location of where you applied the product, and also method of application. Conditions, you can quickly check off a searchable list where everything is listed in alphabetical order. The customer's issues, and there are options there for both upsells and inter-office communication only. Recording the weather, Mobile Live will get your current weather from the National Weather Service and automatically add it to the service. On this screen, there's also pH scale and rating if you're collecting either of those. And feedback is always legible. We can use speech to text. Highly, highly recommend always proofreading your speech to text. Enter payments. Once the job is completed, the technician can be allowed to collect payment out in the field. We can do cash, check, or credit card with Real Green credit card processing, or Real Green payment processing, sorry. Those can be collected right out in the field. This is an option that you can decide whether you want to give to the technicians or not. It doesn't have to be done. Production entry, you can also add and change your crew. So if there's multiple technicians working together, they can all get credit for their work for the day. We can capture a signature out in the field from the customer. So if you are required to get a signature captured, you can do that, and that will print on invoices and as well as save into Service Assistant. So if that invoice has to get reprinted, it will still have the customer's signature. Production entry, let's see, rescheduling service. We can reschedule services out in the field. So if for whatever reason, the service cannot be done at that moment and they want to be rescheduled from a week from now, you can reschedule it by tech and day or reschedule it by route and day. We can take pictures with Mobile Live out in the field of conditions that we spot on the property. For example, if you see a bush that looks like it's about to fall over, you could take a picture. Then you are covered if the customer calls in 3 weeks later and says that you destroyed their bush. You have a time-stamped picture in your linked documents in Service Assistant that shows otherwise. Optionally, we do sell mounting hardware from RAM. This will, you can hold either the tablet or phone and as well as a printer and have everything mounted so it's not bouncing around in the truck and the technician doesn't have to hold their phone or tablet to view where they're going with the GPS. The thermal printer compatibility, we have a Brother 4030, which is a rugged jet 4-inch printer. It is very durable, uses a roll of paper. These can be printed from Real Green Printing with a logo watermarked into the background. PocketJet 7 edition can also be used that prints a letter-sized piece of paper, and that also can be watermarked. The inkjet printer, currently the HP 200 is our best fit. Only difference between this one and previous inkjet printers we used, the HP 100, for example, is it is not Bluetooth compatible, but we have found a very good workaround with cabling the printer to the phone or tablet. It works excellent, and the printer seems a lot more durable. With the invoices, our stock invoice forms are the L810 and L820. L820 is a pest control form and gives more information on products. You can contact Real Green Printing Department for customized versions to fit your company's needs. The on the invoice front, here's an example. This is printed from the office 9 times out of 10. It can be reprinted from the field. There are 3 sections: the office copy, the customer copy, and the remit portion. On the back side, we can see we have the office copy, the customer copy, and the remit with an upsell down at the bottom to try to get that sale on a grub control for the customer. We can also print a technician bio at the bottom instead of the upsell. You can either do plain paper or custom stock for conditions noted, which will list all of the condition codes with pictures that are loaded into Service Assistant. We have 2 different versions. One gives much more space. It makes it a little easier to read. And then there's a condensed version if they have a lot of codes. Thermal printing, we have on the left example of PocketJet 7 invoice, the front and back. Because this is all printed from the field, there is no front side to print on, or it's 2 separate pieces. It's not printed front and back. And there's also 2 examples of the Brother 4030 receipts. Property evaluation can now be done from Mobile Live. There is a form for this that can be purchased from Real Green, or you can print this on a blank legal-sized piece of paper. It's great for a seasonal checkup on the customer. Let's see, upsells. The upsells are set up in the condition codes in Service Assistant, where you can take a noted condition, turn it into a potential sale. And there's a picture so the customer knows what you're talking about. And I believe, apparently it was missing, but that is based on the pricing will be based on a price table set up in Service Assistant. See, update services, we can update the customer's size or price of the current visit, and we can make the changes permanent in Service or in Mobile Live, so it'll continue on for sorry about that. The renewal price can be used to make the change permanent. And End of day reports can be printed from Mobile Live. These are specific reports to Mobile Live and can only be printed from the device. You can either pick each report separately, or you can select end of day and get them all in one shot. They are the technician production value, which will give you a breakdown of the day. You were assigned X number of jobs, you completed this amount, which is, our example here, 4 services completed out of 19 is 21%. Total stops, total gross value, net value, production size, and production hours, so how many hours were actually done on the service, and between the services, and payments collected out in the field. Daily material use adds up each product and gives you the total amount of each product used, and there's also a block leading report that will tell you how many services were done or completed with block leading. Work orders can be done with Mobile Live, is used for line item billing, most widely used for landscaping and irrigation, but anyone who needs itemized billing will benefit from work orders in Mobile Live. I believe that also gets used a lot for tree services. Work orders are driven by time and material, whereas services are driven by the actual service or visit cost. And we can print the forms for work orders out in the field. Customer records, we can do almost everything in Mobile Live that you can do in Service Assistant to an account. And as with many of the features, it is very easy to disable these for specific technicians or for all technicians out in the field using the security settings in Service Assistant. Services and program records, again, Mobile Live can do almost everything that Service Assistant can do within a service or a program around, so changes can be made as needed. And we also can look up history for services and programs, as well as reprint these out in the field. So you can review completed services at any time. We can actually go back as far as your history goes back in Service Assistant and view, reprint any invoice needed. Okay, reprinting invoices. If you need to provide an exact copy of what was given to the customer, you can reprint that from Mobile Live, front and back if needed. Property pictures, we can take as many property pictures as we need for, and load them into the linked documents in Service Assistant. This will allow you to get before and after setup, so you have an idea of how things actually look before and after work was completed. And linked documents, we can access linked documents out in the field with Mobile Live as well. This can be set to where you can only access specific linked documents, or you can make them all available to the technician out in the field. We can re-geocode the customers while we're out in the field. So if the truck takes us to a space that's halfway down the block from where it's supposed to be, you can pull up in front of the correct house and reset the geocode. So the next time you come to that property, it will be correct. Estimates and proposals, we can go from no information to a customer that's ready to go. We have 3 different forms that we can print from Mobile Live. These all print on, actually, 2 of these print on blank sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper. The one in the center here is a custom form that we can have pre-printed from Real Green Print Department. The estimates and proposals use a price table, and they can automatically calculate the pricing. You can modify the pricing just as you can in Service Assistant. So if you have a customer with a particularly, say, hilly backyard, and you're going to upcharge them based on that, instead of giving them the normal price table rate, you can make that adjustment out in the field. And estimates and proposals can be produced right there on the spot. So if the customer okays you to go ahead and do the service, you can click produce, activate it, and do the production right then and there. And with the Real Green payments, or taking payments, you can also get paid for the service while you're still on the property. Block leading and door-to-door is a very powerful tool to build your marketing database. You can quickly take a street from just one known record to filling out every possible home and service assistant, from walkthroughs and knocks to signups and starting services. And again, you can start the service right then and there out in the field. Themes for Mobile Live is a relatively new feature. You can change the background colors of Mobile Live. It's purely an aesthetic choice on your end, but you can select the right contrast for direct sunlight or night driving, or to match a custom logo, which can be entered into the admin tool and brought down to your device. So you have the logo, your logo in the background instead of the Real Green Systems logo. Security, we can protect your data and your customers' data. So it is an encrypted application. It is completely PCI compliant. If the device is lost or stolen, nobody else should be able to access your data. There are security settings that can be set to not allow the technician to search for customers, to access or add new services. Anything you want to block, we can basically block. And we have come to the end of what I've got here. Any questions? See here. Oh, we do have a deal right now. 2 months free with a 1-year contract on new activations. Offer code #GoingLive. And that expires on August 20th. So you have a month for that. Okay, this concludes our I Didn't Know That webinar for Mobile Live. Thank you, and please, if any questions do arise, please give us a call at 1-800-422-7478 and ask for the mobile department. It will come straight to us. Thank you.